It is Finance Friday. It's time to talk some money with a financial expert who got herself out of $137,000 in debt.
$137,000. That is no small feat, my friends. She says that it's one of the best ways to get out of debt is actually to create a payday routine. So she is here to walk us through what that means. Good morning, Brandon Rodriguez.
Good morning. How are y'all?
I'm doing great. I love the y'all coming to us from San Antonio, Texas.
That's right.
Okay. I mean, I'm just so impressed by the fact that 6 figures in debt and you were able to get your way out. How in the world did you even begin?
I began because I got sick and tired of paying debt. That's one thing. And so once we decided to make that decision to focus on paying our debt, we wrote out every single debt that we owed, which is over $137, and $137,000. And we put in the work. We worked our 2 full-time jobs. At one point, we had an additional 3 to 4 side hustles.
Wow.
Going out, working for DoorDash, Favor, which is a delivery service here in Texas, Home Depot, and working as a waitress at one point. And we did that for a little over 5 years and was able to accomplish paying off all our debt this past September.
You were not messing
Congratulations
around.
on that.
Yes.
That is so important. All that interest, you'll get buried under that.
Yeah,
and you'll never get out. You got to get out.
Absolutely.
Well, you talk about a payday routine. You mentioned it a little bit earlier. Take us through that, why that's so important, a payday routine.
A payday routine is important because it really helped us set up our finances well, right? And so one of the things that we did, as what I focused on is, as soon as I got paid, I would look at our bank account to make sure that the direct deposit was the correct amount that's supposed to be in there. Thankfully, every single time I got paid, that amount was correct. But I know people who got paid and their paycheck was short. So I made sure that my check was correct. Also, I made sure that all of our bills are automated and I get paid bi-monthly. So on the 15th and the 31st, I know all my bills are coming out. And so it's easy that way. So
Did you shift them at all to make sure that they fall on the 1st or the 15th?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And so I know payday, this is the money that's coming in. I know the money that's going out. And so I will look and check my budget sheet as well as the bank account to see what's pending and see what's cleared. And then I will update that budget sheet.
I think that's so important because I know a lot of my bills, they fall on the 1st, the 4th, the 17th, the 21st. And I'm like, well, I can't remember any of it, but that's smart because you can just call up and say, hey, I want it on this date. And that helps you remember.
Absolutely.
Got
So
it.
I know what I'm working with, right? So
Yeah.
by the 16th and the 1st of the month, I know exactly how much money I have left over for the next 2 weeks. So that really worked out. During our debt-free journey, I tried to stay away from credit card use because I wasn't very disciplined at it. Probably about year 3 into it, my husband was like, let's use credit cards for the rewards perks, right? So Southwest flights. So now as we're, we finished this journey, now I make sure that I pay my credit card each month. Now I'm okay with using my card because now I'm better at using it. So if I have anything that's left over, I make sure I pay that as well when I get paid. But we normally pay our credit card every single day. If we swipe that card, we're going to pay it that day.
Oh,
So
wow, that day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, my husband's very disciplined at that.
Yeah.
Me, on the other hand, I'm like, ooh. So I
But
make
you got
sure
to
on
pay
payday.
yourself somewhere in here, right?
Yes. Absolutely. And so another thing that we do is we make sure that we pay ourselves. So I make sure that I transfer money to savings. In the beginning of the journey, it might have been only $25, $50. Now that we're through, maybe a couple more $100. But always pay yourself to make sure that you have something in your savings, especially in this year that we've had during the pandemic, and that you have an emergency fund and like that. So we were able to increase our emergency fund this year by even saving because we weren't driving to work and we weren't eating out for lunch and stuff like that. So there was other ways that we're able to do that. And then the last thing on my payday routine, I just really make sure that I have some, funds for myself. So I keep, anywhere from $200 to $300 that I will use over the next 2 weeks. And I can use that any way that I choose to. That's my fun money. I've already allocated money to gas, all that kind of stuff. So what's left over is just for me to use however I choose to over the next 2 weeks until I get paid again.
So it's satisfying throughout, the savings and all the extra work that goes into it because you do have to find some kind of happiness in it or it just becomes burdensome. Brandon, thanks so much for joining us. This is great information. Congratulations on coming out of debt and enjoy the holidays.
You too. Thank y'all very much.